Well, everyone, I just had to throw an emergency call to my dad. We had a big problem. While this is drying, let's turn our attention to the amazing surprise in this box. All right, she's all set up. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in each week and catching our newest Jeep build episode. In this episode, we are going to be further attacking the side of the Jeep, restoring it and bringing the body back to where it needs to be. We'll be working on the tailgate, block sanding this side of the Jeep, but the most exciting part of this episode is actually in this box right here. Check it out. I bought one of those air files. So instead of block sanding, like we've been doing in all the last episodes, we're gonna be trying out a pneumatic air sander. So big parts of the body like this that I was trying to block sand and flow together should hopefully be way faster with the air file. So I'm super excited to jump back in there. I really think it's gonna be a lifesaver and save me hours of work. So I'm so pumped to try it out. But as I mentioned before, our first plan of attack is gonna be patching and fixing all these little imperfections in the side of the Jeep. As you remember from the last episode, the side of the Jeep was really wavy, so I'm not surprised to see so many high spots, so many low spots. So we're gonna take our time going from spot to spot, adding a little bit of body putty, maybe a little bit of body filler to kind of fill it in. We do have some big spots like this where the whole side was bulged out and I had to kind of work it back in. However, I'm hoping that with some body filler and the air file, we'll make that super straight. So we definitely have a bunch of challenges to knock out in today's video. I hope you all enjoy it. Hopefully it ends up correctly. You get to watch and see and find out. Let's get after it. All right, our first big coat of body filler is done and we're all cleaned up. That's probably the worst part about this job so far is cleaning up the board and all the tools after using the body filler. It's just super sticky, kind of gross. But I definitely kind of added it up, goobed it up where we need to. I got this whole section filled in fairly thick because it was really, really low down in here. And then I had to clean up some of that edge. Up here, we patched in all the little spots we hammered down. I ended up just kind of going up through here. This was kind of the low spot, so I'm assuming most of this is gonna sand out as I hit it, and then I'm sure I'm gonna have low spots as well. But so far, everything's looking really, really good. While this is drying, let's turn our attention to the amazing surprise in this box right here. Check this thing out. This is a mammoth, super awesome. I'm really excited to see how it does. I was reading the Amazon comment and apparently it needs an oil and water separator. Whenever you're using compressed air, there's some moisture and stuff that'll get into it. And sometimes it wreaks havoc on these air tools, just kind of rusting and wrecking the inside. They also said to use some air tool lubricant as well. All right, the official unbox. Oh my gosh. This thing is gonna make quick work of any sanding we have to do. Holy smokes, it's like pretty heavy too. Really stout, really, really high quality feeling, just like really, really solid. I did buy this tool with my own money, so no sponsorships or anything. You'll be getting the real review right here. All right, we are locked and loaded, everybody. We got our air file set up, our oil and water separator. Notice airflow has to flow into the gun. And I actually made it detachable, so hopefully I can detach it if I need to use it with a different tool. We got our sandpaper here, and it can do either stick on or clamp style back here. You can actually clamp the sandpaper to the actual tool. I am so pumped to try this baby out. Let's go get set up and fire it up. All right, she's all set up. That is so crazy. We're gonna try it on this little section first and see how it does. Well, everyone, I think it's safe to say I have a new favorite tool by far. This thing is absolutely incredible. Look at this. It completely knocked down everything it needed to in literally like 15 minutes maybe. It would have taken me all day to sand this. So it definitely left behind some low spots, little spots that I have to put just the littlest bit of filler in just to kind of round it out. But I mean, look at that edge, completely feathered in here. Down here, I gotta add just a little bit. Now that this side is about 85% complete, let's go ahead and repeat all of this on the other side, block sand it, and we'll see all the low spots we have over there. This side came out so much better than the other one. Definitely some low spots here and there. Like I think I gotta fill that. But overall, not bad at all. I went ahead and worked it with the hammer a little bit in some of the high spots, but way better off than the other side. So now I think we're gonna do one big filler mix, and then we're gonna start setting up the tailgate. This is what's gonna get really interesting because I wanna try to blend the edges with the tailgate as best I can. Now it's like 99% there, right? But I just wanna clean up these angles, kind of make them really sharp, really clean, and really smooth. So let's go ahead and put some body filler up in here, maybe here, and then we'll sand this transition smooth. We want to keep this crack here. We really don't want body filler in the crack. So we're going to do that on both sides, kind of like what we did down here to clean it up, and we'll see how it looks. On the back here, I really got everything goobered up good. Again, I'm gonna try to cut this in and it'll hopefully feather out really nice. Once this is all dried up, we're gonna hit everything with our air file just to feather all those edges in and do our final leveling and getting everything super smooth. And once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and shoot the tailgate with acid etch and then everything with high build again. It's gonna be awesome to have those rear quarters and the tailgate done. Then we get to move on to the hood, the front fenders, the windshield. There is so much to do. I'm super pumped. So let's go ahead and let this dry and then get on it with the old air file. Well, everyone, I just had to throw an emergency call to my dad. We had a big problem. Can anyone figure out what happened? Apparently, air tanks are supposed to be drained every now and then. Mine actually says to drain daily or after 4 hours of use. Pretty crazy. Apparently, the condensation and everything just fills them up with water. I was struggling nonstop with my air file and just couldn't get it to work. It kept clogging up and I thought it needed more oil, so I put more oil in it. And then I put on my blowgun and it was literally like power washing. Check that out. Got little designs all over the floor. Luckily, I got it all drained out. Right now, there's no air in it. I just left the valve open. It was dripping a little. So now I'm just gonna let it cool off for a while, kind of figure out what it's doing. Then we're gonna plug it back in. So while it's cooling off, let me give you a quick update. I have been hard at work sanding and cleaning. There is just so much to do. So I've been working the edges back there. I've been working the tailgate, getting both of those blended in, using the air file when it was working because of all the water. It worked really well, just leveling all that out. I mean, look at that. That's just so smooth, kind of faded, feathered into the tailgate. So here's the game plan. We are going to hit all the metal spots with some acid etch primer. I have to mix up a bunch for the tailgate. So while I have it in the gun, I'm just gonna kind of touch up anywhere that has metal. Then we're gonna do our high fill primer just like before on the whole Jeep as well. And at that point, all of these panels should be beautifully straight. Let's go ahead, get some plastic up, get prepped for paint, let our air compressor cool off and drip, and then we'll hopefully roll into some primer. One coat done. Let's go ahead, let this dry up, and then take care of any drips, because I do see a couple. So we'll sand those out, and then we'll hit it with the high fill. Look at that, turned out pretty good. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more confident shooting with the paint gun. And yeah, I got it covered completely with this high fill primer. I'll definitely have to do some block sanding, find those highs, find the lows, but hopefully we have very minimal highs and lows on the sides. Hopefully the sides are gonna be good to go. The tailgate though, I'm sure there'll be some low spots we gotta fill in, maybe some high spots we need to adjust, but just kind of looking at it, it doesn't look terrible. So maybe it stands out a lot better than I think. Man, I am so excited to take this thing for the first official test drive. Having it all painted, having it all spruced up, it's gonna be so much fun. I don't even know, I'm gonna freak out. I just can't even fathom this thing being 100%, but I know each step that we're taking in these videos is a step forward in the right direction. Well, if you just stumbled across the channel, click this button over here to go to the next video in the build series. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe button to follow this Jeep build until we get it back on the road. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you next week in the next video.